Hello, everyone. Compliments of the season to you, and thank you for joining this episode of the Thinking Reimagined podcast. I am Nifemi Oguntoye. I'm joined by the crew on this one. Dr. Ahmed, the executive producer, is here. Dune is a producer. Peter Ahmed Boyle, you know him as an actor. He's also the producer of the Thinking Reimagined podcast. I have Nelson Ayebin. Everyone behind the scene is coming on live today. Howard joins us from the LA office. I'll tell you what that means in a short while. The LA office of the Live Abundantly. Hello, guys. How are you today? Compliments of the season to you.
Hello.
Compliment. Hello.
Compliment of the season to you too.
It's
Hi,
perhaps
hello.
the first time we're seeing June join us live. June is the man behind the camera. He's the one who puts all of this together. Good to see you, June. Thank you for all that you've done in 2021.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the very kind words.
How are you, by the way?
I'm well, thank you. How are
What are your
you?
plans? What are your plans for Christmas?
Well, there'll be a lot of eating, definitely. Trying to add some flesh.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
There'll be a lot of eating. I'm trying to add some more flesh, a few
Add
kilograms
some flesh.
for
Yes,
2022.
yes. Good plan. Good plan. So that when you return in January, you can lose them all. Great plan. Great plan. All right. So, guys, we're just going to talk about, you know, our experiences in the year. I think we've had 47 episodes now. Nelson, am I right?
Yeah, well, you're right.
Seven. That is huge, guys. Congratulations. You guys have done a great job weeking out. We're coming back with great content. A big thank you to everyone who's made it happen. I'm so proud of it. So we're going to be talking about our highlights for 2021. I think the Think and Reimagine podcast for me is one of the biggest highlights of this year. I I have this bad habit of always putting my name on Google. I'm just hoping that some miracle will happen that I will blow someday. And then I find out that most of the mention, comes from this podcast. And I'm beginning to take it more seriously. I've always taken it seriously, but now I'm thinking that perhaps if we do this another year, um, most of the mention I will get online will be from this podcast. So I'm doing it like a life purpose now so that I can also represent my family very well. So it's one of the biggest highlights for me. A big thank you to Dr. Amma for providing this platform and also, ensuring that the pandemic did not hold our back to continually impact on people. It's a great job you're doing, Dr. Amma. We're so proud of you. Thank you so very much. So you guys are going to tell me what your highlight is for 2021. I'm also perhaps going to ask for your biggest disappointment in the year. It's just going to be some chit chat. There's no plan for this episode. So you guys are going to, just talk to me and pour out your heart. So who's going first? Let's begin with Peter Ahmed Boyo. Peter Ahmed Boyo is one of the celebrity feature on this platform. I found out that you just I think I saw you on the project. One is Shakiri movie, right?
Yes, yes.
Is it out now in the cinema?
It actually just premiered Friday. What's today?
Friday?
Is today Friday? Today's Monday.
No.
It premiered Saturday, and we've been going around the communities in Delta State because it's a cultural movie. We're trying to bring the Shakiri culture to life. The Shakiri is one of the smallest, I think it's 800,000 people, tribes in Nigeria, and we're trying to bring that culture. So we're going in the communities and we're showing it for free to all the indigenes, and then it'll be coming to cinema in Lagos, Abuja, UK, and America. But yeah, so that's one of my biggest highlights and disappointments because I had this great, fantastic plan for Christmas holiday. I'm going to Europe and going to France. And then the Omicron happened, or micro, whatever that COVID thing is. and our plans were cancelled. And now I find myself, instead of being in the UK, we're in the villages and the communities. So it's a great contrast, but I'm very happy to experience it. Yeah, because there's some places there's no electricity and water, so we have to make do with what we have. So I'm enjoying the experience, and it's challenging. Like trying to get on this podcast, I had to go to the Gen House from a building next door to charge my phone. And then I'm going back to the hall because we're going live in 2 hours. So I'm enjoying the experience and the contrast.
Wow. Are you Shakiri yourself?
I call myself a cultural mixture because I have a little bit of Nigerian in me. So my dad is half Shakiri, half Yoruba. My mom is Rivers. I'm mixed with Ghana and Sierra Leone. Wow. So cultural mixture. Wow. But I claim Shakiri for today.
Absolutely. You're the kind of guy we're looking for to run for presidency, so you can bring Nigeria together.
Okay. And I must say, thinking Reimagined has really, really been a great part of my life this year. We all know the challenges. People just see us come out on broadcast, but the background is crazy because we're on it 24/7, as you all know, trying to get everybody's schedule together, trying to get the trending topics, trying to make sense, trying to get experts. And we always pull it off. And I must commend the whole team for doing a fantastic job because it has been a learning curve. We have made some good and not so good, but good. Everything has been good, but we know the challenges. So thank you all for the learning experience.
And thank you also for giving us your precious time. I'm looking forward, Dr. Ahmed, to a time that the team will meet. Maybe Dr. Ahmed will take us out to celebrate 1 year of Thinking Reimagined. But I'm also looking forward to a time where we're all going to sit together under one roof to have this conversation. And then I can see your reaction. I mean, I can smell you guys. And I just think that we're due for sitting in the same room, for this conversation. I look forward to it a lot, and I think that it's going to be a great time. Let's bring on Nelson. Nelson, Mr. Boyo just talked about the challenge of bringing people together, on such a platform like this. Particularly, I mean, there are times where we're not even in the same time zone, and then we'll be finding out. So what time will you be free? What time will you be available? What time will you wake up from sleep and things like that? Just share with us how challenging it's been for you, because I know that you are perhaps one of the busiest members of the team, and you are also the one who receives the hammer the most. I see a lot of conversation on the background about meeting timelines, deadlines and the rest. So share with us what your experience has been thus far on this project.
Thinking Reimagined has been like an additional experience for me as a media person. All up until now, it's just been traditional media, TV, radio. And so Thinking Reimagined actually started, for me being a part of it was more like, okay, let's see how this experiment goes. And then so it goes from an experiment to a wholesome experience and a learning curve at the same time. It's been great. Like you say, I'm not the most busiest. I'm not the busiest in the team, but there's a lot here and there I'm doing. So if I'm not lecturing at NIJ, I'm probably consulting at Daily Independent or ProShare, or I'm at one teaching meet and all that stuff. So it's been a lot for me in terms of the experience, in terms of how much it has become a part of me. I wouldn't see over time, we do this every week. And if we're not doing it, if I'm not in part of Thinking Reimagined for the week, it's like something is missing. Yeah, it takes a lot to put this together behind the scene after we're done recording. Dr. Ama, had a knack for perfection, and ensuring that we keep up to standard and all of that. I've really learned a lot from being a part of this. I've really, really learned a lot. I have grown, I've gotten better. And I just, for me, it's the next phase. 1 year, we started, I think this time last year, we began discussions on, coming together as a team and, led by Dr. Ama to put this together. And in the space of 1 year, we've done more than 45 episodes. And so for me, it's the next phase, the next big phase, how we begin to get that global attention, global attention, where Spotify as an organization will be reaching out to us at Thinking Reimagine and saying, we want to have this show bought and have it exclusive. So you're just doing it exclusive for us and we're being paid for it. We've seen podcasting evolve. We've gotten to a point where they say content is king. So big organizations like Spotify, Netflix, Amazon, they're looking for the next big content that they can partner and co-own and buy outrightly and all of that. And I believe for me, it's the next phase for us that I'm actually really looking forward to. The last 12 months has been great. I've learned a lot. I've learned how to, surmount challenges. There are times I just, we live in a very mobile world. So I'm putting this whole thing together and editing and mixing on my phone and, sending. I've really been.
Okay,
Hello.
so yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah. So I was trying to say that the last 12 months it's been great, but right now I'm looking forward to the next phase, where we are more global than local. We're very, very global, and everybody's tuning in, week out to hear us. The numbers begin to grow, and then we get better for it, knowing that we're
Absolutely.
doing the world a great good.
Absolutely. We must say a big thank you, Nelson, for all that you've done. And I know that it is Dr. Ama's spirit of excellence that is driving it hard. Dr. Ama will say you must edit the attendee list prior to submission. You have
Yeah.
to do this at a particular time. And I see those messages and I smile and I go, okay, Nelson, you don't enter this one. You
I
must
don't have a
comply.
choice.
You must
I
comply
don't
for the
have a
parameters.
choice.
And I think it's very exciting. All right,
It
let's
is.
talk to beautiful Hawa, if she's still there. Hawa is a co-member who works with Live Abundantly, and she's also be a pivotal member of this team. I remember traveling to Benin over the weekend, and Benin is like a foster home for me. That was where I served as a core member. Eventually had to work there for some 2, 3 years. I mean, I drove all the way to Benin and drove back. And I think it was a pleasant experience at a time when people, dread traveling on Nigerian roads. But what has been the experience, the NYC experience for you with Live Abundantly, particularly being a member of the Thinking Reimagine crew?
It's made me learn about teamwork a lot. Working as a community, working with people, it's taught me diligence, resilience, and I've been able to learn new things every day, new things that I didn't even know existed. So thanks to Dr. Amma, I know a new topic every day. So that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, that's the thing with Dr. Amma. You've got to know something about everything when you work with Dr. Amma. Congratulations, Zawa. We look forward to doing more great things with you and
Thank you
what you
so
also
much.
walk in doctor's path. Yeah, let's talk to Dr. Amma. Dr. Amma, what a year it's been. You must be proud of this by now, aren't you?
Well, first of all, I have to personally start by thanking every single one of you for taking on this journey, this task. I think Nelson called it an experiment. Perhaps it's the great experiment. But the reality is, thinking reimagined what's going to come along. I knew it would. But it's been accelerated. And one of the things that happens when things get accelerated and pushed into the forefront is that you have to be ready. You have to try to put your own signature on it, because that's what people want. People want something that's different, but it has to be marketable. And we've done a fabulous job. This could not have been done without this team. And I'm most grateful to this team, and also to the guests we've had, from far and near. It's just been fabulous. And the richness of the conversations, the diversity of the group, the representation of what is going on around us, whether it's local or global, is very important for Thinking Reimagined. I am proud of the work. I will always be proud of everything that I put forth. It has had its learning curve. It's been very steep, but I think we do great work, and we will continue to produce a great podcast. I am also looking forward to next year, and I do have a high standard. I have to admit that I do have a high standard, but I think that standard makes us all very proud of the work that we do, and we can look to it and know that it's recognizable globally. It's quality work. It's part of our collective legacy. I really think teamwork is important. And when you're part of a team and you belong in the team and you work as a team, then everyone takes credit for what is produced, what is created. So it's very generous of you to say Dr. Amma and Dr. Amma and Dr. Amma. But the reality, it's all of us. It's this team. This team makes Think and Reimagined what it is. And each of you brings your best self every day. And that is what we celebrate today. 1st of January, we're 1 year since we officially started Think and Reimagined. And I can only imagine that we will make time next year, as Nifemi has requested, that we come together in one location and create this podcast. It deserves to go on radio. It deserves to have global representation and recognition. And I think that this team can pull it off. But it's the teamwork. It's not about me. It's about the team. So thank you, each and every one of you, for taking up the call to duty and being viable stakeholders in this organization and with this particular product, Think and Reimagined. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Amma. Dune is another person who works very closely with Dr. Amma on this project. And I know that he also does a lot of the, pre-recording production to ensure that everything works together. Let's begin to talk about our expectations for the new year and the dreams, the individual dreams that we have for this project. Dune, I want to begin with you. There's a lot we have done, but there's also lots more that must be done and that we can improve on. So talk to me about your desires and the things that we have packaged for the new year for our listeners and viewers across all social media platforms.
Thank you very much. And like we've all said, it's been exciting to watch this grow. And it was interesting that Nelson called it an experiment at the start. And I think it describes the way it started quite well, better than I'll have put it. And then it's interesting to have seen it evolve into the product it is now. And then truly, I am excited about the possibilities that I envision, the way I see it. I think it's bigger than what we had thought. I speak for myself now, what I had thought it could be. And then right now, I look forward to when it will go on radio, on TV, and this product, because especially because these conversations, because of the richness of the conversations and how different they are, they deserve to be heard by more people, and then it be brought before bigger audiences, and then there are topics that need to be heard more and spoken about more. So I look forward to the podcast and then thinking Reimagine as a whole, beginning conversations everywhere, just about everywhere, in every sense of the word. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I also think that I haven't recovered from the launch we had at the Battery Brewery. Just kickstarting conversation with real people and having people speak out their minds and also engage in very productive conversation is also one of the hallmark and the highlights of this year for me. I also look forward to more of that. I think that beyond bringing, I understand that in the new year, we're going to open this conversation to more participants who are going to be joining us live via Zoom. I also look forward to, live events where we're going to bring these people to talk. I don't think that we're doing enough of talk as a country. Yes, we sing, we dance, we gossip, we do a lot of social engagements, we attend parties, but then we don't engage in very productive conversation. And I think that's the selling point for this podcast, the fact that we can pick an issue and then talk about it. And it begins every form of development, every form of revolution begins with dialogue. And and dialogues like this are very critical to national development. Mr. Boyle, talk to me about your expectation for the new year. You haven't unmuted your mic.
Well, before I talk about mine, I have a question for you. What has been your experiences being on Thinking Reimagined? You're always hosting and asking the questions. So now you answer the questions. What has been your experience and what has been your highlights and challenges?
If I'm going to be honest with you, I think that Dr. Amma makes a better host for this show. I think I think I had again engaged discussions in the last recorded we had, and I'm wondering why is she keeping me on? Why is she still keeping me on this show? She should just take over and continue to host. But it's been an amazing experience for me. I like to have conversations like this, and it's just a richer platform to engage with people from different strata or stratum rather of the society. And I just love the fact that I can hear another person's opinion. And the beautiful thing about this is that not many people are being heard, and not many people even have the patience to listen to the other person's opinion. You'll be amazed that it is the root of the challenge we're faced with in this country. We're not listening to each other. We're not paying attention. You'll be surprised that the solution to your problem is with someone who lives under your roof. If you're just going to pay attention to listen to what they have to say, or perhaps somebody that you don't like their faces, you don't like the name, the answer, you don't like the part of the country that they have come from. So for me, on a weekly basis, I count it a huge privilege to, not really conduct these conversations, but just to guide it. And I think it's been spontaneous. It's been a learning curve for me. I think I've learned more as an anchor on this podcast, than really direct or give direction to the conversation.
Okay, see? All right, now.
Next
so
question.
You asked me. Okay. Now I'll answer your question, which was what?
Yes, I was asking your expectation for the new year.
Okay. All right, I wrote this down that I'm going to post this on New Year's Day, but I'm going to say it now. Let whatever you do be enough. Let go of the judgment you have about what you should be or could be doing, and allow yourself to just be. And so that is my philosophy for the coming year. I'm going to just allow myself be and be happy and be comfortable and just be. Does that make sense?
I think it does. Can you read it again?
Oh, I should read it again.
Yes.
Okay. Let's, whatever you do, be enough. Let go of the judgment you have about what you should be or could be doing and allow yourself to just be.
That's fantastic, Mr. Boyle. That's very fantastic.
I was having a conversation. It's very nice. Yes, I do like that. It's brilliant. What you're saying is open your mind, open your mind, open your aperture, learn, experience, just take it all in and be part of the dialogue. And it's interesting, over the weekend, I've known this quote for a while, but I don't want to misquote. So give me a moment. Let me see if I can unlock my phone and share it with everyone, because it's very similar to what you've just stated. And if I can unlock my phone, that would be wonderful. So the quote from Rumi is, "Why do you stay in prison when the door is so wide open?" Wow. Why do you stay in prison when the door is so wide open? This is what Think and Reimagine is about. It's about conversation. It's about connection. It's about learning. It's about growing. It's about representation. It's about dialogue. It's about pushing the envelope and getting people to speak up, to speak, to experience, to live, to be. So many people are just existing, and they're so comfortable at existing rather than understanding that they can go much deeper and participate in life and achieve whatever their purpose is in life. And you can't live without intention. But if your intention and your purpose are in alignment with who you are, then you can really, as he just said, just be and just experience life. That's the goal. And that's what we're about over here. So I hope that next year we can push the envelope and push people to come out and experience life, to live to the fullest of their abilities and not just going around under the radar. I agree with you. In this country, people exist under the radar as opposed to recognizing that you can actually go beyond that. You know, open up your aperture. It's like a camera. Open it up, take it all in, look at the periphery, learn from others. Everybody is learning. As long as you're alive, you are learning, or you should be learning. And the only way that you can improve yourself and improve the world around you is by learning and sharing and growing. So thank you for that, Mr. Boyo. I love it. I hope that you are going to post it before the new year, so people go into the new year recognizing that this is the purpose. This is the purpose of life. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Boyo. Just be by, I can also interpret it to mean, you know, be yourself irrespective of how perfect the situation or the circumstance is. It's also one of the biggest lessons I've learned from this podcast. Usually I would think that, oh, we all have to be seated in a place, you know, get the right microphones connected to the right mixers before we can have a fantastic podcast production. But you know, we have make use of what we have, irrespective, you know, of what is expected. And it's also a weakness for many people who are just waiting for the right situation and then the perfect timing to launch out their ideas or to do what they've always nursed or dreamed in their heart. So just be also to me would mean that, come on, go ahead, express yourself, do it irrespective of whether you think you're ready or not, or whether you think the timing is right or not. Just start doing something. It's better to start out than wait on it forever. Thank you for sharing.
I'm happy you said that, because when you said just do it, like you're in your car, I'm in the generator house, and Dr. Amo is somewhere, Nelson is somewhere, and we're just doing it because if we're waiting for the right time, we'll never get this done. So
Right time may never
now
come.
is the right time. Now is the right time.
Absolutely. An African proverb says the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. So, we could sit there and say, oh, I missed the opportunity. So why not just start now, irrespective? All right, Nelson, do you do New Year resolutions? What is yours for 2022?
I I don't do resolutions. I just do themes. So I just give my year a theme and a direction. So this year has been open to, for me, it's me being open to experience, open to new experiences. For 2022, instead of having a resolution to say I will do this, I will do that. Dr. Mr. Boyd said, just be. And so it's going to be, that's going to be it for me. Just be, just do. I started writing a book, and I titled it 2022 Media Strategies for Growth. And I've been struggling to put the first chapter together, and so I'm going into this last few days of 2021 and into the new year, ensuring that I finish that book. We can't continue to wait for the perfect times, or we wait for things to just do itself and work for us. We've got to put in the effort. So yeah, I don't do resolutions. I stopped doing resolutions a long time ago. I just define how I want my year to be. So if I want the year to be all about, like this year, it's been about new experiences and sharing my own experiences. So it's about, walking into organizations and saying, I can do this. I think this is a problem I want to solve for you. And it has worked for me. I want to share my experiences with individuals, businesses, and organizations. And I've seen myself do that this year. Next year, it's going to be bigger. So beyond just sharing experiences, we are collaborating. And then I'm also learning to be and become and do and make an impact, basically.
Fantastic, Nelson. I think that I stopped doing New Year resolution when I found out that I can't keep it together beyond the 14th of January. So I thought to myself, why not just do it more often? If I keep waiting till a new year, I will never have to change. So I also think that it's important that we drive ourselves to do whatever we want to do now. I'm going to give a very practical example. So I have a very terrible phone, I'm in a very terrible phone. And I've been working on changing it for a long time. I'm hoping that I'll be able to change it before the end of this year. And I'm like I shouldn't be the one having a conversation on Zoom for a podcast. But guess what? I have done 47 episodes with this phone. And there's a great lesson in there. I mean, someone is just sitting out there and say, oh, I don't have my iPhone 13 Pro yet. That's why I can't go on social media. That's why I can't do things. No, that's a biggest lie from the pit of hell. I mean, you can do whatever you want. You can begin from where you are right now. And, if you just would take that courage and that courageous step to start with, however little, however insignificant it seems, that is what you need to start right now. So I really, really agree with what you have said. And I think you write that book. I don't think you're getting any younger. And I don't think that there's a better time that you are more equipped to do that than right now. I think you have the experience and you have the will with that to make it happen. And please call me when you're launching the book and start getting money to pay me as your content, because I'm not going to do it for free for you.
Nelson, write your book.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas. Everywhere you go, I love the Hamilton feel. They say there's something in the air. I just love the fact that it makes me drink more water. Who wants to share with me your Christmas plan? It's just a few days of Christmas. What's today's date again? It's 20. It's 20, yes. It's 20, just about 4 more days. Who wants to share their Christmas plans with me?
I would like to hear Dune's Christmas plans. Dune, what are your Christmas plans?
To fatten up.
Oh, he did say that, didn't he? I think it's more than fattening up. I don't know. I can't understand. Dune, is that it really, to fatten up?
It's really about getting a few more kilograms on.
Oh, okay. Okay. We'll be waiting for you to return in January. Howard, what's your festive season thought? I mean, what do you plan to do? I think her audio is connecting.
Your mic is not on yet, Awa. Okay.
I plan on having, I don't know if I've heard the phrase, a dirty December. So
Dirty December, all that bright light, all that color light. Tell me about it.
Yes, please tell us more.
Oh my, you don't look like somebody who wants a dirty December. Tell me about it.
Why won't I want a dirty December? Everybody deserves a dirty December.
Yeah, so just cool off. I mean, Nelson, we need a dirty December. This job, and I'm just working every day.
Okay, so yours is still clean for now.
Yes, sir. It's still very clean. Oh
I
my.
like that. Nifemi, what are you doing, Nifemi?
Was the same question my wife asked me yesterday. Now, what's your plan for us this Christmas? And I said, don't you get it? So my daughter's birthday is on the 21st, and the other's birthday is on the 24th. And I've spent a lot of money preparing for that birthday. I said, don't you understand we have done Christmas already? And now I understand, Dr. Amma, that why I'm not as, I was just wondering, why am I not as excited as I used to be about Christmas? Because growing up, Christmas used to be, that time of the year that I look forward to. My parents are more Libra. We eat fried rice. By the way, I think that fried rice doesn't taste as it used to taste growing up. They must have lost the recipe. I can't find it. I'm sure something happened to the fried rice that I grew up with. But then I was now wondering, why am I so excited about Christmas? Then I found out that Christmas is sweeter when you're not the one paying the bills. Now it's a different Christmas experience. But really, I think I will find time to take my wife and 2 daughters out. I think Christmas falls on a weekend. I'm hoping that I won't be working on Christmas. I usually work on Christmas and New Year, but I look forward to spending quality time with them. I found out that beyond just providing, I had a conversation with my wife yesterday, and I found out that beyond just providing or contributing your quota to the family, your family members also look forward to quality time with you. And I think that's where many of us miss it. We just think that, but I gave you some money, that should be enough. But they also want you to take them out and just sit with them and dance with them and drink with them and just show how much you love them. So I'm looking forward to do a little of that this Christmas. Hopefully that I have enough, you know what I'm talking about. Everything boils down to money. Hey.
Mr. Boyer, what are you doing for Christmas or this holiday season?
I'm doing it. I don't know if you know, I just took a ride to this location. You might have seen me in the, in the truck. And we're going around different communities, spreading awareness. And this is what I'm doing the whole of Christmas. Can you see?
Yeah.
I don't know how to turn the camera around.
Okay.
But can you see it?
Yes, yeah. Oh, nice.
We can see the posters.
Yeah.
And the community.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I took a ride while you were speaking. Wait, let me see.
Very
So that's what I'm
interesting.
doing, going around all the communities, promoting culture.
I also
Very nice.
I saw you taking some rice out of a nylon. Is that part
Oh,
of your
yes. My
past experience?
normal street food. Maybe I'll bring that show back this year. I go, like, whenever I travel, I try to sample the street food in that area. And I had banga rice out of a cellophane bag, and it was tasty. And then I had something as coca. So tomorrow I'll try different things. So that's how my Christmas is going to be in the
Has that
different
experience
communities.
ever gone wrong? That
Yes,
experiment has it ever gone wrong?
once or twice. But like the initial taste is nice. Then after I'm like, what am I eating? Like one time I went somewhere and they had this like shell things that look ill, and I had to just go like, okay, yeah, like it. But because I don't like those, I don't know what they call them, those things in the shell, and they just put it like that. They don't break it. So I just couldn't eat it. So yeah, sometimes it happens.
You must have a very good immune system. There are people who try that and then they spend the
No, I
weekend.
didn't eat it. I went up close. I said, I think it tastes good. I think it tastes good. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I'll try and rest more. It's been a very busy year. I would try and rest a bit, then take the kids out a bit. But more sleep. It's been a very busy year for me. So I would spend time more with family, but also spend time more with myself and recover really, really. One needs to recover.
Great
At
plan,
least
great plan.
recover for health first before recover for money. Because the spending is no joke. My daughter's birthday was yesterday, 19th of December. So I was still spending today, even though it's so post birthday spending and pre-Christmas spending.
Yeah.
As
By
well.
the way, guys, have you seen January calendar? Have you seen January on the calendar?
Oh,
It
no.
looks like 40. It looks like 45 days.
Oh my, it looks like 6 or 7 weeks. It's gonna be very long.
Yes.
So
It's scary. It's scary. It looks scary.
January looks scary on the calendar.
Yes, because the
January
way
is
they
100 days.
oh god, and then school fees, and then
Yeah. So while you are dating December, remember January, Hawaii, okay?
Okay,
That's
my
what's your
very
plan for
good.
Christmas?
Can you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yes, we can see it.
I
Oh,
figured
it's
out how to
nice.
make it clear. Who's there?
Oh, nice.
That's you. Oh, very nice.
In your beautiful Shakiri regalia. That's lovely.
So today we're showing at this hall. It's some hall, and we showed at the palace yesterday, and we're showing again, and then we're going to the villages, and we're going to go by water.
Wow. Yeah.
I hope
This
you
is
guys
You're
have
just giving me an idea.
Sorry?
It's giving me an idea. Is there a reason why? I mean, Nifemi talked about the Batura experience and how we should have conversations, beyond the podcast style Zoom. So we will definitely be doing those kinds of things. But looking at that community, is there any reason why we can't go to different communities and have a broadcast from them?
Absolutely, we should.
Right.
That's why we're called Reimagined.
Thinking Reimagined.
Yes.
What do you think, Dune? Dune, how are you? You're not saying anything. You know what Dune is thinking about? Dune is thinking, this woman has gone mental again. One more thing for me. And she's probably going to tell me I have to do it during the holiday too.
Oh my. I think it's a fantastic idea. It will get sponsors great. It has to be well shot.
Forum. Look at the hall in here.
Wow.
Is that the hall you're going to use? Look at that.
Wow.
So these communities have like fantastic, well, this one is in a mansion, so But the communities have big halls like the town hall, and we can go to town hall podcast, Think and Reimagine. Why not?
What do you
Why
think,
not?
Dune? Dune is staying silent. I know he's thinking, there goes my Christmas. This woman's going to give me another assignment. I just know it. No, Dune, I am not. I promise. I just wanted your opinion.
No, I actually think it's a good idea. It's thinking reimagined, like you said. It's actually a good idea
Yeah.
to spread it and then take it. It's radio before radio. If you
It's
ask.
radio before radio, and people get included, and we hear what people have to say. I
That's
mean,
right.
we're going from our perspective, looking out, but what is actually going on in those communities that they wish to talk about? You know, is there a topic? Is there a thing? And they are part of the global society. So I think we've got some ideas for next year. So there's
Yeah.
another idea for next year. Yeah,
And we're going to
fantastic.
change. We have to change the mindset, because I was talking to someone here yesterday, and he's getting married, and he said his wife has to make his food a certain way or he'll throw it out. And I was like, in 2021, and he said, then I said, you have to be the cook in the family, and he's like, okay. So think and reimagine, change your mindset.
Change your
For a better
mindset.
global society.
Indeed it is. So Nifemi, I heard your question. What am I doing for the holiday?
Yes.
I don't, what did you think I was going to say, Nifemi?
Something really crazy. So shoot.
Nifemi, I'm going to, I actually am going to be working. It's a
You're
working,
still
I
writing.
work.
But
Are you still writing that book?
I expected that.
I am going to be working. Yes, I am. I've got a book that I want us to launch next year. I've got to think about how we're going to continue thinking reimagined, start to get the perspective. One of the things I've enjoyed in Ifemi, because you made a comment about, I should take over and, do the hosting. The reality is I actually enjoy being behind the camera. I love those times when I was not the face and I could be behind, and people don't realize it, but you and I were communicating during those times. I was sending information to you. I was picking up the vibe, and I did enjoy it tremendously. So I might be doing more behind the scenes kinds of things next year because I enjoy it. But I have to think about what the calendar is going to be for next year. And as you know, Think and Reimagine is produced by Live Abundantly. So it is that time of the year where I have to bring up my bowl and solicit, beg people to please keep us going. Funding is very critical for us. And then, of course, making sure that the team remains cohesive. So projects that I have to do. So it's a working holiday for me. I don't have resolutions, but what I do is every year I come up with a phrase or a word. This year, my word was thrive. With the pandemic, we had to scale, we had to pivot, we had to be agile. And so all year round, it was thrive. We need to thrive, we need to thrive. Because if we don't thrive and we don't have that visibility, then we will go inwards. And for me, it was about keeping the pyramid up and making sure that we could continue to grow and do this work. But my word or my phrase so far for next year is infinite possibilities. And I was so pleased to hear Dune use that word. So that means that Dune and I have connected. Right, Dune? We've connected on possibilities.
Yeah.
So next year is about infinite possibilities. I really want Think and Reimagined to be global. That has always been the vision. And for us to achieve that, it's going to be pushing the envelope for the team and also for the topics that we pick up, and bringing in more global speakers and widening the content. I want to bring in Allied Empowerment, which is the other business, which is really about people and value creation and belonging and diversity. So I want to bring that in and make sure that our conversations also include those in the corporate world as well. But the most important thing for me is the people. So next year is infinite possibilities, and that's what I'm going to hang my, I was going to say hang my hat, but most people know me for my gele, so my gele will be hanging on. I do wear hats when I'm not wearing my gele. Everybody knows that, I think. But yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Infinite possibilities.
Infinite possibilities. That's the phrase for next year. Yes.
We'll
Yes.
look
Can I
forward,
add something?
to the possibilities. Yes,
Of course.
please go ahead.
I just want to say that, Nifemi, I've always told you this, that you're an absolute wonderful host and anchor. And I've learned a lot from you, especially how you listen and pick from what the person is saying. I learned that skill from you. So kudos to you. You taught me something.
But you haven't paid for it, Mr. Boya. Why you like this? Why you learning and
I'm
not
giving you
paying?
world accolades. That's payment.
Come on, monetize the accolade, Mr. Boyle. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You know, we can continue with this conversation.
Nifemi,
Yes?
you're a great teacher. I mean, believe it, I am learning from you as well.
Yes.
I really am learning from you. You've taught me a lot about, the art of communicating, the art of being on a podcast, the art of connecting with people that you've never met before in this kind of a setting. I'm very comfortable. I don't know any strangers. I will speak to anybody, but there's an art form to what you do. And you've taught me quite a few tricks, and I thank you. Nelson, I love the work that you do and creating this visual that people see and also hear. It's very critical. You have an ear. There's no doubt about it. You have an ear. So I thank you for that. Dune, what can I say? I don't say this often enough, but I will say this publicly. Without Dune, 90% of the things I think of in the middle of the night, in the daytime, won't come to fruition. So Dune, I thank you. I truly, truly thank you from the bottom of my heart. I know there are times when I'm really hard. I don't mean it, but I do mean it because I just want it to be done. But I thank you for your patience, for your courage, for your openness, for your creativity. I just thank you. Hawa, you're new to the team. And I know that in the short time you've been with us, you've had some ideas. And those are the ideas we need from the Gen Z, because you bring input to what we do. So I value you, and I look forward to a brilliant year ahead. And Mr. Boyle, what can I say? There are things that I want to say, but I cannot say them publicly. But I think this. I thank you. And I know that our wonderful brothers, wherever they are, they thank you. And thank you for being my backbone and being there, and the encouragement. It's priceless. You're a priceless being. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Without you, Thinking Reimagined does not exist.
Oh,
yes.
Thank you.
Now you're
Nelson,
going to make me cry.
I have something to say to Nelson. Where is Nelson? Nelson is the heart attack that always comes through at the 99th hour and saves us, because we're panicking and then he shows up and he saves the day. So thank you, Nelson, because sometimes
Thank you.
but thank you. I know it's not easy, but you're doing a fantastic job, and all the podcasts come out clean and well edited and professional and international standards. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I
And
hope you are
June,
recording this so that we can play it back in the course of next year when
yes.
you are
You
getting all
must.
the when
And June, like
when
Dr.
you are
Amos
getting
said,
all the jabs and all the criticisms, you can play this back to
yeah.
cushion the hard effects.
Like Dr. Amos said, June is
Yeah.
like that favorite child that you call to do everything and says, why are you always calling me? But because you're special.
That's
So
right.
I
Wow.
told you before, don't ever feel like you're not doing a good job. It's because you're doing a good job. That's why we call you 24 hours a day. And to Hawa, welcome to the team. You're still quiet and shy, but don't worry, by the time we're done with you, you'll be speaking volumes. All right.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, everyone.
It's a good place to wrap this episode because I know that we can keep talking on and on, but we have to go down. Thank you so much for watching online. Thank you for staying with us on this podcast. We're coming up every week with a brand new episode. This is the place to be. Good luck, Howard, with your dirty December. Nelson, have a great time with your rest. Uh, I hope you add some more flesh. Dr. Amma, we're waiting for the book. Peter Ahmad Boyo, watch the things you eat in that village so that you can, so that you don't end up
Thank you.
frequenting the college. Merry Christmas, everyone. Compliments of the season. Happy New Year in advance. Thank you for
Merry
all you've done this year.
Christmas.
Love you
Mm.
guys.
Thank you
I'm
so
leaving this
much.
Namaste.
place. See you on the next
Thank
one.
you.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.